obvious question here. Nick Bosa's down. What's the vibe been between you guys and leadership, the need to kind of step up, speak up? What's that been like?
Yeah, I mean, anytime, somebody like that goes down, you need so many guys to replace them. So vibe's been pretty urgent. When you lose somebody like that, it's the whole team needs to step up and, it gives you something to play for. We'll always have them in the front of our minds when we're out there playing.
You had a chance to talk to Nick at all? How are his spirits?
Yeah, he's in good spirits, man. I mean, he's been through this before. He's had to fight it before. Obviously, it's a terrible thing to happen to anybody. And that comes with a lot of stress and a lot of sadness. But he knows we all got his back, and we'll always be there for him.
You practice against some of these young defensive linemen. What were they like during camp?
Yeah, I think they've been great. The coolest thing to see is that they've gotten better, and they've gotten better within our scheme. So I'm fired up for them because I know, as a rookie, when you start out playing well, it only goes up with experience. So I'm excited to continue to watch them grow.
You and Nick almost seem to be like kindred spirits in a way, and the coaches always talk about you two guys as the ones that take care of your body like nobody else and trade ideas and that kind of thing. So does that, when a guy like that goes down that you've been particularly close to, does that make it harder?
I mean, yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's, he's obviously a hell of a player who means so much to this team, but he's a great friend. He's fun to have around. He's a brother to all of us, and I think that's some of the stuff that you miss the most. And I've been in his shoes before too, and that's the part that's tough when you're in that situation, is just not being around, not being on the buses and the planes, and all the spaces in between the games that you don't kind of miss out on. And so we'll make sure we're there for him. He's such a good teammate. He's always been there for other people when they're going through it. So, like I said, we'll just have him in the front of our heads playing for him the rest of the year.
Christian, to kind of follow up on that, I mean, last season you weren't able to start, and then you're able to play, but then you go down and you weren't able to return. So obviously you said at the beginning of the season this year that it was hard. Are you offering any kind of advice to Nick Bosa so far about like what that process was like for you? I mean, you guys are athletes, it happens, but what's the conversation?
No, I mean he's been through this stuff before. Injuries suck; they're part of the deal. It is what it is, and the best thing you can do is just focus on what you can control, and not worry about any outside noise, because it's hard enough as it is. So, but he's going to do a great job rehabbing, man, and he's going to come back great. We all know that. Obviously, it's tough now, but he'll come back great.
Christian, Jacksonville defense off to a good start, particularly getting a lot of takeaways so far. What is just kind of your assessment from what you've seen from them so far?
Yeah, they're really good. They got a great scheme. They fly around well, run to the ball well. They play well together, and so just like every week, it's a challenge. It's going to be about executing our job and playing our part and doing what we can to get a win, take care of the ball.
You spent some time as a teammate with Eric Armstead, and then Kyle was saying he looks like he's playing about as well as he's played. What was he like as a teammate, and what kind of challenge will he pose? He's
a great teammate, man. He was an awesome guy in the locker room, on the field, off the field, and a hell of a player. And I think the tape speaks for itself. It has his whole entire career. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. So somebody that you gotta keep an eye on the whole game.
How do you see this run game right now, and what do you guys want to take to the next level in the coming weeks?
I think we can get a lot better in the run game. I think, and we know we can, which is exciting.
Do you feel that almost with the entire offense now, the possibility of Brock coming back, Marcus Robinson coming in, obviously George is still down and stuff, but do you feel like with Nick down, you got to take it to another level on the offensive side?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird when you say, like, we got to pick it up, because I don't think anybody's, there's no room to, everybody's giving it their all, I promise you that. That's every week's a new week. The season comes with a lot of different challenges, and really what it comes down to is executing your job as best as you can and playing beyond the X's and O's and taking care of the ball and doing stuff like that. But every play has a life of its own. Every game is different. And so, as far as stepping up goes, you always got to step up, whatever that means. But it's really just about, executing.
As a guy who loves football as much as you do, what do you think of a guy like Travis Hunter who's trying to do what he's doing down there?
I think it's awesome. It's rare you see somebody play on both sides of the ball. So, more power to him.
Who would be the best at trying to go both ways on this team, in your opinion?
I'll have to think about that. I don't know. Someone on the line maybe. I think Trent could play if you wanted to. He could play,
Play some
three tech or do something like that for sure.
You can't play safety?
I could, yeah. I don't know if I would want. If I just played safety, that'd be fun. Brian Dawkins was my high school safeties coach.
Oh, really?
So we had that was the best. I had a lot of fun playing under him.
When the margins are this slim,
Yeah, my whole up until I got to college, I played both sides of the ball.
when the margins are this slim between winning and losing, kind of confidence is built that you guys are 3-0 instead of 0-3, 1-2, 2-1.
Yeah, no, I think being 3-0 is better than not being 3-0. It's really early in the season, though, and I think we all know that we have a mature team and know how each week you got to bring it, and it's the NFL. Every game is hard, so it's great to be 3-0. It'd be better to be 4-0.
News, just what's the morale of the team with the loss of Nick Coach?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sick. I'm so sick for him. Because he knows what that's like to go through that process, right, of a recovery from that injury, which I know he's fully capable of, but that doesn't make it any easier. Obviously, it's a huge blow to our team, but we move forward. I hate to say next man up mentality because you can't just replace him with one player. But the mission is still the same. We're going to find a way to just to get one win this week, and we'll figure out the rest later.
Have you been able to talk with him, message at all?
Yeah. No, I sat and talked with him right when he found out, and we spoke about it, and obviously he's devastated, and we're devastated for him. But we're just praying for him, and obviously whenever he gets the surgery, that it goes great, and everything with his recovery.
You guys always talk about just kind of do your job when you lose someone like that. How do you kind of reinforce that to everyone? Hey, we'll be fine, just do your job.
Yeah, I think regardless of the injury, I think after looking at these past 3 weeks, there's room for improvement across the board. I look at myself and things that I can improve upon, and everybody else on the defense. There's another level there. We have yet to play our best ball across the board on defense, offense, and special teams. In my opinion, we found ways to win, which is great, but we have to continue to learn from our mistakes throughout these games, and find ways to take the ball away and protect it on offense. And I know if we do that, then we'll continue to win more games.
What have you seen from Jacksonville and Terry?
Yeah, really good a really good football team. I think they could easily be 3-0 right now. I know they lost a tough one against Cincinnati, and I know that's their thought process too right now. And I think they're playing with a lot of aggression. I think in the run game, offensively, it's been hitting really well for them. ETN is a really great back. I don't want to mispronounce the rookie's last name, 210, I think. Really good rookie running back. Trevor Lawrence has been, finding ways to get his playmakers the football. So, it's going to be a huge challenge for us. We got to be ready to go.
Defense now since you've been here for a while.
I feel very confident. I'm very comfortable just being here and doing what I've been doing for years. So.
Kyle Shanahan kind of described you as more quiet, but he said you're more of a quiet leader in the room.
Yeah, I definitely try to lead by example. Just go out and handle my business every day.
What have you seen from the young guys since
hardworking guys that show up every day ready to work and find ways to get better. So I feel like they're gonna definitely have some big plays coming up here soon.
What have you seen about the development of Michael in particular?
I mean, Michael's on point. He came in first rounder, like he's playing like a first rounder. He's been making great plays. Had a lot of consistent pressure last week, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he continues to develop.
I'm sure you guys don't want to do anything out of the norm, but with Nick out, what's the conversations like in the room in terms of how you guys step up and fill that void?
I mean, really just like a next man up mentality. Like we've all been brought here to perform at a high level. So with Nick being out, we definitely have to pick up the slack on that front and go out and put our best foot forward.
How helpful has he been for you since you got here?
Nick's been extremely helpful, since day one. Like he's been anything that he can help me with, he's been more than willing to give me advice or watch film or like just talk about his process, and he's been an extreme help for me.
Is football fun again for you? Did you lose a little bit of that last year, and do you feel like it's back now?
Yeah, I feel like it is fun. Especially being in the room with all my guys and being able to chop it up with the interior and edge guys, and just working hard every day together, it really helps build that bond. So it definitely is a fun time again.
Sorry you've been asked this, but a lot has been made of your speed and how quickly you can get off the line. What kind of training goes into that might be different than a different lineman?
Nothing in specific. I really just focus on loading my lower half early in the week and and training that quick twitch response off the ball on Thursdays, on pass rush days, and that's pretty much what goes into it.
Do you have a running background or anything like that?
Not necessarily. I've just always played sports, so I feel like I just had a quick twitch to me.
Coaches working with Chris and Sarah.
It's changed a lot. I feel like I'm definitely thinking a lot less, and everything's like more black and white. So I'm not thinking about all the different possible outcomes of every play. I kind of know what's going to happen before it takes place, and I'm able to react and able to respond how I need to.
I apologize if you've already addressed this, but do you feel the need to do more with Nick out, or are you just doing your job?
I feel like the need to do what I've been brought here to do, and that's play at a high level. So.
Do you enjoy that, like, less thinking, just play faster type of defense for you?
Yeah, 100%. So I can just go out there and be an athlete and not have to try to solve an equation before every play. I can just get off the ball and do my thing.
Feel, but as a teammate.
Yeah, I think what he just brings to our team, you know, in the locker room, on the field, whatever it is, you know, I mean, he's one of our best players. You know, he's a threat in our defense, so I think that's, you know, the biggest concern. But, you know, just having a dude in the locker room like that to be around each and every day, you know, a good dude. So, you know, it's going to be a big loss for us for sure.
When did you hurt your knee, and how's it feeling today?
It's feeling good. Actually, I don't even know when I hurt my knee. To be completely honest, I felt a little bit of soreness after the game, and it wasn't until later on in the night I was kind of moving around and felt a little soreness. Nothing that I was, you know, really concerned about. Came in the next day and was, you know, talking to the trainers, and I told them the same thing I'm telling you right now is, you know, I'm not really concerned, but I just want to check it out a little bit, and you know, that's kind of what I'm doing with it. It's just a little bit of soreness, and I'm not worried about it. If there was a game today, I'll play.
Do a couple more. What's the biggest challenge of not knowing who your starting quarterback is going to be on Sunday until you get the game time?
I think to me, it's just, you know, just a name at the end of the day of whoever they call up. You know, for me, I just got to be in my spots, you know, when they need me, and you know, run my routes like I've been trying to run my routes, you know, each practice and each game. So I don't think it's going to change anything for me. Just being in the right spots for them.